Brought to you by Penguin.
The Russo-Ukrainian War, The Return of History, by Serhii Plokhy, read by Leighton Pugh. In memory of all those who died defending freedom, theirs and ours. Preface: Making Sense of War. The start of the Russian invasion caught me in Vienna, the capital of the former empire whose actions triggered World War I, and the city whose takeover by Nazi Germany as part of the Anschluss of Austria in 1938 led the way to the outbreak of World War II. A new war was in the air when the citizens of Vienna went to bed on the evening of February the 23rd, 2022. After watching disturbing news on CNN, I hoped for a better outcome, but the presentiment of trouble was there. The next morning I woke up earlier than usual, around 6 a.m. I reached for my phone to check the news, but instead somehow got to my email. My heart sank once I read the subject line of an email. My goodness. The message came from a colleague at Harvard with whom I'd been discussing the chances of a new war since October, when he first alerted me to the possibility of a major conflict. Russian troops were massing close to the Ukrainian borders, and the American media had begun reporting on them almost in real time. I hoped that the troop movement was part of Russian blackmail. My colleague believed that it could be for real. Now, even before opening the email, I knew that it had happened, the invasion he warned about. I opened the email. The concluding lines read, "Nothing good will come of it. Every day gives a different message. Tonight, US intelligence predicts a blitz, but let's see tomorrow. I hope you are okay in Vienna." I was not okay. Something had begun, but I did not know what it was. My guess was that Putin and the Russians had invaded eastern Ukraine, the battleground of 2014 to 2015. With those thoughts, I opened another email. Its subject line was empty, but it came from a colleague in Dnipro, which had been far behind the front lines of the 2014-2015 war. The email made it clear that there would be no territory behind the lines in this war. "I'm getting my things together to leave Dnipro. Maybe I'll send fragments of my books to your email address, because I don't know what comes next, and my computer may be lost somewhere in these events," wrote my colleague, adding, "We are well acquainted with the fate of manuscripts in wartime." I sent a positive response and thanked him for trusting me with his unfinished work. It was only then that I checked the news. An all-out invasion of Ukraine had begun, with cities from Kyiv to Dnipro to my native Zaporizhia attacked by Russian missiles. It was surreal. I called my sister in Zaporizhia. She was awake. Explosions were being heard in part of the city, thankfully distant from the quarter where she lived in our parents' house. She was calm. The previous night I had called and advised her to buy enough gasoline for her car. She did not follow my advice, believing, like almost everyone in Ukraine, that a large-scale war was an impossibility. Now war had begun, and neither of us was prepared for it. We would have to take one day at a time. I would be calling her twice daily, morning and evening, always the same questions. How was last night? How was your day? The meaning of good night and good day had suddenly changed. Any day or night with sirens but no missile attacks or bombings was good. On that first morning I put on a white shirt and a blazer. Since I was going to the archives of the International Atomic Energy Agency, where I was researching the international history of the Chernobyl nuclear disaster of 1986, the choice of outfit was unusual, if not downright strange. But I overdressed on purpose to show by my appearance that I was collected and prepared to carry out my duties.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?